Hello everyone, JH Medium here. Today I am in Dali Prefecture in Yunnan Province, China. I love Dali, not only because it's such a beautiful place, but also because it's very special for this channel. Because back in 2021, this was the very first travel vlog I ever posted on YouTube. After a couple of years, we are back. Join me on this trip to one of the most beautiful places in China. We'll revisit some of our favorite spots in the ancient city and along Erhai, savor incredible local delicacies, and of course, discover some new hidden gems in this bustling yet tranquil city. You won't want to miss any of it. On this trip to Dali, we're staying in a very small village next to Erhai called Xiaji Yicun. It's around 5 kilometers away from the Dali ancient city, so it's still quite convenient to go there if you have a scooter. I feel like there's barely any tourists inside this village. It seems like these are all local buildings, but of course there are some small guest houses as well. Since this is our second time in Dali, we want to stay in a slightly less touristy area. But the plus side is that it's only like a 2-minute walk to Erhai. So it's so easy for us to just go have a walk by the lake anytime we want. This right here is the main street of the village. Even though it is quite small, it has everything you need. Convenience stores, eateries, even a pharmacy as well. We're gonna go have breakfast in this little store, 便民食堂. For breakfast here in Dali, there's 2 typical dishes you gotta eat, 米线 and 饵丝. I got the bowl of 饵丝, and here you can add all the different toppings by yourself. Originally, it just comes with the meat and the red sauce, and then you can add like cilantro, green onions, the pickled vegetables, bean sprouts, depending on if you like them or not. 饵丝 is a specialty of Yunnan province and is essentially rice cakes in noodle form. You can enjoy it stir-fried or in a soup like we did. 米线 is the more well-known noodle dish in Yunnan and across China. It's round, somewhat like a thicker vermicelli noodle. Okay, let's dig in. The 饵丝 is actually very soft and gooey. The texture kind of reminds me of a mochi. It sticks together like you would expect of a rice cake. It's very different from the 米线 that we're used to. In comparison, the 米线 is very soft, very slippery, and it sort of falls off the chopsticks because it's so slippery. I think overall, I still prefer the 米线. So yeah, if you want a lighter meal, 米线 is definitely the way to go. But if you want something more special in this region, then try the 饵丝.
饵丝应该只有在云南这边才比较常见，出了云南就很少吃到了。
After lunch, it's time to head to Erhai.
大理的天气总是如此之好，一颗云都没有，所以一定要做好防晒。跟我们之前来的时候，已经多了很多其他的交通方式，比如这种电动车啊。
One of the best activities to do in Dali is to cycle around Erhai. Around Erhai right now, there are lots of these shared bikes and scooters. Unfortunately, you must have a Chinese ID card in order to rent them, so I can't even rent them myself. In the end, I had to borrow Rika's friend's ID card in order to rent a bike for me. So if you're a foreigner and you want to cycle around Erhai, there are many guest houses and hotels around here that can rent you bikes for around 20 RMB per day. Okay, let's go. Erhai really is like the perfect place for cycling. You get the beautiful mountains and the towns on one side, the lake on the other side. It's really so scenic here.
Now 是中午的时间段，所以人特别的少，而且现在应该也是大理的淡季， 所以很舒服，骑在这个宽敞的路上。
The ecological corridor is a 129-kilometer loop around Erhai, and it's absolutely a must-visit spot in Dali. If you're staying in the ancient city, the closest entry point is Taichung Wharf, about 3 kilometers away. The main cycling path runs along the west side of the lake, and you can easily spend an entire day cruising up and down the winding route. When cycling Erhai, there's just so many places where you can stop and enjoy the view. My goodness, it's so beautiful here. We reached a section of the lake where there are thousands of seagulls. It's like a buffet for the seagulls right here. There are these aunties selling snacks for the seagulls. Since we've never done this before, we're gonna go try feed the seagulls just for the experience. These seagulls migrate to Dali from Siberia during the winter months, around October to March. Since we're here in early March, it's the last month they'll be around before making their long journey back north. These shared bikes is just more convenient because you get to park them wherever you want. But if you don't have a Chinese ID card, you can only rent from one of the hotels, which I think might be better because those bikes are in better condition. These shared bikes are like falling apart. After a whole afternoon of cycling, it's time to enjoy the sunset by Erhai. This side of the lake is actually better for watching the sunrise, which we'll come back to see another day. But as the sun dips behind Tangshan, we can still watch the sky gradually turn a soft shade of pink.
这里真的是钟灵毓秀之地，大理呀，总是美的这么随意，这么漫不经心，可以理解为什么大家都对这里充满了向往。
I guess the slight downside to living in such a calm village, less touristy village, is that there are fewer food options as well. So tonight for dinner, we ordered some takeout. And there's a very nice little balcony here at our guest house. So we're gonna have dinner on the balcony. There's some lights, it's nice. Here's a quick room tour of our guest house. It's great value for money. We booked it on trip.com and paid 115 yuan per night. Keep in mind though, it's low season between Chinese New Year and Labor Day, which is why we got such a good deal. Day 2 in Dali, and this morning we found a small bakery to grab some bread for breakfast, since we can't have mi xian every day. Today we're renting a scooter and heading to the ancient city. It's a short trip, so the rental only costs 30 yuan for the day. We made it over near the ancient city of Dali. This morning, our first stop is Sanyue Jie. There's this huge street market here. I've never seen a Chinese street market this crazy before. There's food vendors selling souvenirs, snacks, fresh juice. There's all sorts of things. There's no space at all to vlog when walking along that street. It's so cramped right now. I can't imagine what high season is like at this place. It's incredible. Sanyue Jie, or Third Month Street, is named after the biggest festival of the Bai people, the predominant ethnic minority in Dali. The festival takes place during the third month of the Chinese lunar calendar and is a grand celebration of Bai culture. Even if you're not here during the festival, there's a daytime market held about once a week, which is what we're here to explore today. The market schedule also follows the lunar calendar, so I recommend checking with your hotel. They'll definitely know the exact date it's open. It's so hectic on the street that we have to come into a little alleyway to eat. The first street food item we got is kuai. It's like a giant dumpling, but instead of using normal flour dough on the outside, they use this rice cake as the dough. Inside it looks like there's some potatoes, bean sprouts, a giant oil stick, and of course some chili as well. It looks really good. This is one dish that we didn't try last time we came to Dali, so I'm really excited to have it right now. Even after they cut it in half, the portion size still looks quite large. It's sort of like a savory mochi. You get this very soft, gooey skin, but then inside it's crunchy because of the bean sprouts. It's spicy because of the chili peppers. It's such an interesting combination of textures and flavors. I really like this snack. It's quite fun to eat as well, like a mochi dumpling. Another thing really popular on this street is their yogurt. They say it's their handmade yogurt. I got one with rose flavor. Let's try it. It has such a floral taste to it. It's really smooth and not too sweet either. I prefer yogurt that's less thick, the type we're supposed to drink with the straw, instead of the ones that you eat with a spoon.
好香的玫瑰味的酸奶，就像鲜花饼里面的味道一样。我感觉这个路上呢有很多摆摊卖各种串珠啊，还有一些毛线制品，就觉得，诶，可能我也可以做这个。虽然我现在也才刚上手，但是我觉得我自己串的也很不错呢，还挺可爱吧。我最近的新的作品，一个小松树。以后要是混不下去，我就来大理摆摊吧。
This is absolutely insane. It's so difficult to even walk through this market street.
我要选哪个呢？都很好看。
我觉得这个扎染的这个挺好的。
这个水彩画明信片还挺别致的。
This artwork is very typical Dali. You see the blue dyes, the old buildings. The artist's name is called Alone. I really like that name. Since the sun is so blazing hot in Dali, I decided to get a hat. I almost never wear hats, but I think this one looks pretty good, and it's only 15 RMB, so even if I don't like it later, I think it's worth it.
知道街上还有很多卖水果的，我们挑了2个看起来蛮小的芒果，但是结果买了2斤的芒果，这怎么回事呢？看来我们今天要吃个芒果盛宴了。
More street food. This time I got a chicken leg. It looks pretty good. This one is cumin flavored. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, that's really good. The glaze on the outside is still a little bit sweet. The skin is crispy, the meat is soft, delicious little chicken leg. While this market is fun to visit, it can get a bit hectic and overwhelming after a while. It's super bustling, there's so many people around here. It's also very loud because all the vendors have their speaker on selling their items. So yeah, just walk to the end, walk back, have some street food, do some shopping. Maybe 1 or 2 hours is enough to explore this market. So now I think we're gonna go back into the ancient city and maybe look for a slightly calmer market.
"猛男就是要配粉色电瓶车，走吧。"
Since we have the scooter for the entire day, let's make good use of it. We're gonna head out to some nearby fields before going to the ancient city later for another charming market and of course, dinner. After spending the morning in the hectic Sanyuejie, it'll be nice to escape the crowds for a while. Other than the super strong wind that can knock you over, this is still quite a peaceful place to be at. Three, two, one, 起步. After a short scooter ride, we're here at another market. This one is inside an old bedsheet factory, but of course now there are lots of arts and crafts stalls. Once a bedsheet factory in the 1990s and later abandoned, this area was transformed into a large creative hub in 2014. It still retains its old factory-style architecture, but is now home to many artist studios and cafes. On weekends, there's an arts and crafts market featuring artists from all over Dali. You can find things from jewelry to hand-knitted hats, but one stall in particular really attracted Rika.
面包脑袋挑到了它最适合的项链——面包项链。老板说这个是由真的面包做成的，不过它在上面涂了一层类似美甲的那种封装层，所以它就可以保存得更久。老板说他也是广东人，所以他很能理解，就是我们两广地区这种比较潮湿的气候可能会有点难以保存，但是在云南这么干燥的地方就可以放很久。太可爱了，我好满意，而且它也没有很贵哦，它只有22块钱。
And now it's time for dinner. We're gonna head to a restaurant about a 5-minute walk from the bedsheet factory to eat a dish everyone must have here in Dali. For dinner today, we're gonna have arguably the most famous dish in Yunnan, Jungu Huoguo, mushroom hot pot. Just then the staff already put the mushrooms into the pot for us, and it has to boil for 20 minutes before we can eat it. This restaurant has barbecue and hot pot together, so we can also barbecue some pork belly and some potatoes. Last time when we had this in Lijiang, it was super delicious, the barbecue, so hopefully it will taste just as good this time. After being that super strong wind for one whole day, I think we gotta have some warm soup. Over here, there's also a sauce station where you can make your own sauce. I'm not 100% sure what all of these ingredients are, but I mean, it smells really good, so I'm just gonna get some of each. This is the sauce I got in the end. Sesame paste, sesame oil, spring onions, soy sauce, their secret sauce, and lots of garlic. Alright, 20 minutes has passed and the soup is ready. So of course, the first thing we gotta try is this warm chicken mushroom soup. It really is so good, so heavenly. There's a natural sweetness to it as well. Chicken and mushrooms really is one of the best combinations. It's so smooth. The mushrooms give the soup a deep umami taste. And even though they are wild mushrooms, it's not that earthy. There are 6 types of mushrooms in the soup. The staff quickly told me earlier what each of these is called.
花柳杆菌、兔肉脯、虫草、鸡松茸、鸡油菌、黄肉彩。
This is not a biology class, so I'm not gonna go into detail. Just know they are edible and delicious. My favorite one is probably this mushroom right here. A bowl of this soup really warms your soul up completely. It feels so good. It's really nice that you get to eat hot pot and barbecue in the same meal, but the barbecue definitely comes second. There's not a lot of meat, there's only some pork belly and some potatoes, so I think next time we gotta have barbecue by itself. They added some more soup to the pot, so the second round is probably a little bit more diluted, but it should still taste pretty good. What a wonderful meal, wonderful atmosphere as well. I highly recommend coming to this restaurant when you're in Dali, and if you want to try the mushroom hot pot. It's right next to the old bedsheet factory where we went to see the market earlier, so you can go to that in the afternoon and then come here for dinner. Awesome meal here in Dali Ancient City. I mean, I like the place that we're staying at, but if you want good food, you still have to come to this area. I'll be honest, the main streets of the ancient city are probably my least favorite areas in Dali. This includes streets like Fuxinglu and Yangrenjie. When we visited a few years ago, it already felt very commercialized and crowded. Now even more so. Unlike Sanyujie from earlier, all the shops here are selling more or less the same thing. It's not unique anymore. But if I have to recommend a time of day to come and explore, it's right now at night when all the lanterns and lights are lit up. The ambience is still very pretty. If you want some more unique shops, wander around the smaller alleyways and you can find some cute cafes and bookstores. Today is our last full day in this part of Dali City before heading north to explore the rest of the prefecture. First things first, gotta get some more mi xian for breakfast. This time we got a chicken mi xian and a fried mi xian. Mi xian is so slippery and not mushy at all. It's actually a great noodle for frying. Really delicious. Other than cycling or using an electric scooter, there's another great way to cruise around Erhai, and that's with a skateboard. In Taichung, there's a skate shop where you can rent boards by the hour, so that's what we're gonna do this morning. Obviously, we're still both beginners. Hopefully, we didn't forget what we learned. But today, this little scooter will be my camera car, and I'm gonna chase after Rika while she is skateboarding. I can mount the camera in front, I can mount the camera at the back. It's quite cold right now in March, so wearing a big coat while skateboarding kinda limits our mobility, but at least we're moving forward. Even though we're both not very good at it, this is still a perfect place for surf skating.
这么宽阔的路，背后是苍山，旁边是洱海，真的是感觉自由飞翔了起来。休息一下，太久没有动了，有点喘还。
Unfortunately, it started raining in the afternoon, so we had to cancel the rest of the day's plans. Tomorrow, before we leave, there's one last activity that I think everyone must do when visiting Dali. Watch the sunrise at Erhai. Good morning from Dali. It's around 7 a.m. right now and still quite dark. It's so peaceful right now. You can hear the crickets chirping. You can hear the roosters welcoming the morning. Dali is such a gorgeous city. During sunrise, I don't even know which direction I'm supposed to point my camera. You gotta come watch the sunrise at least once. I kinda wanna do it again on this trip, maybe from a different angle, from a different part of Dali. The sunrise here really is so spectacular, there's no words for it. And this area around Erhai is actually very well maintained. Every morning there's people here mowing the grass, picking the weeds out of the water to make the water crystal clear. So I guess for a few hours in the morning, the serenity is disturbed, but it's all to make this place even better. If you ask me where's a city I would consider living in long term, my top answer has always been Chiang Mai, Thailand. But after a second visit to Dali, I'm starting to think this city in Yunnan province might have a place on that podium as well. Dali is a city that lets you slow down. With Changshan on one side and Erhai on the other, you are always immersed in nature and its beauty. If you want to experience the hustle and bustle, Dali can give you that as well. While some places can feel a bit touristy, the rest is charming and tranquil. It will always be one of my favorite places in China. Next up, we're continuing our trip up north in Dali Prefecture to two more ancient towns, Xizhou and Shaxi. There is so much more this region of Yunnan has to offer. Please do subscribe to JH Medium and let's continue this Dali trip in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.